going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. It's still Mandalorian. My name is Cody, and today we have a little bit of SHFiguarts, Bandai, Tamashii Nations, whatever you call it. But just yesterday morning, we had some really cool stuff released and shown, and I just figured it was kind of cool to talk about. There was some exciting stuff that I seen, and a couple of me and my buddies were yapping about, and I was like, you know what? Why not? I'll do some coverage, and I might pick some of these up. So just jumping right into it, we do have what looks to be a new version, an updated version of Anakin Skywalker. It looks like a new head sculpt. He comes with his Jedi robes, very thick, nicely stitched robe from the picture that you'll see here. And I may end up picking this up, probably not though, to be honest, when I really think about it, because I'm very pleased and happy with the Black series, and I feel like that's all the representation that I need. However, this newer head sculpt, I feel like I like this one a lot more than the previous version, because to me, some of the SHFiguarts likenesses can look a little bit like animated. If you get my feeling, they just look a little too like anime vibed or like just cartoony, you know. Not that that's a problem. Like, I don't mind stylized stuff. Like, and we'll get to that too. We have some stylized figures that was revealed as well, which is pretty hype. But this is looks really good. We have the new, I believe that robe is new with it. I could be waffling there. I only have 4 Figuarts. I have R2-D2, C-3PO, Foreign Boy Luke, and Phantom Menace Darth Maul. Those are the only 4 that I own. So I'm not super familiar with Figuarts, but I am getting, you know, I'm starting to dabble my toes a little bit. And then next up, we're looking at, I'm seeing basically we're getting SHFiguarts version of the Gamerverse Wolverine. And in my opinion, I haven't gotten the Gamerverse Marvel Legends Wolverine, which we actually have a little bit of news about that as well, which I might do in another video, talk about in a live stream. We're getting that 2-pack that came in the Gamerverse with the Wolverine and the Silver Samurai. We're getting that Wolverine in a single release, so that's pretty cool. I'll probably pick that up. Don't get me wrong, Silver Samurai is cool and the figure looks awesome. I'm a Wolverine fanatic, dude. If you see my X-Men shelf, I literally have like 8 or 9, 10 different Wolverines. But getting on to the Figuarts, man, this thing looks freaking awesome. I love the long ears of the cowl, and depending on who you are, some people like the more shorter and medium, you know, depending on your length, but this looks freaking awesome, and we are all familiar with just the quality of materials that SHFiguarts uses. The plastic feels awesome, the handleability is great, super smooth, just buttery smooth articulation, so I have no doubt that this figure is going to pull off some epic poses. It looks absolutely awesome. I will say the arm hair looks a little lacking. It looks a little bit like it's just like some kind of like sculpted. It's hard to tell, but I kind of like the Marvel Legends arm hair a lot better. But these are still early promo pics. You know, we don't know what the, you know, what the final product will look like, but this looks freaking awesome, man. I love the yellow, the blues. It looks absolutely great. You have the classic red belt with the X-Men symbol on it, and I like both. I'm kind of like Batman, dude. I'm not really one way or the other. I kind of like a medium ear length for Batman. I feel the same way with Wolverine. I don't really think you can go too long or too short. Well, maybe actually you can. I'll take that back. But we're talking about this Wolverine here, but it looks freaking awesome, man. Again, just the yellows, the blues, it looks freaking awesome. Very stoked about that. I will probably try to end up picking that one up. I'm a Wolverine guy, you know. And they did a lot of other reveals from stuff that I'm not familiar with, probably like a lot of anime type media, but some of the figures look absolutely awesome and very impressive. But the thing that I really wanted to talk about today, and it's something that I'm surprised that the Black series has not done yet, like a subline of stylized Clone Wars animated figures, but guess who did it? SHFiguarts did it. And man, they look really rad. They look very cool. And you know, this might turn some people off because it's obviously, like I said, it's very stylized. It is based directly off the animation from the Clone Wars. You know, I'm kind of digging it though. I think it looks really cool, and I was, like I just said, I was kind of waiting for Black series for Hasbro to kind of do something like this, but I don't know if this. I was talking with some other buddies in the community, and we were kind of talking, like, brought up the fact, like, we don't know. Supposedly, I heard from a good friend of mine, Blitzstring's Wish's dad, Commander Bly, that there was Hasbro was in the talks of doing an animated stylized Clone Wars line. So he kind of brought up the fact, like, do you think this will make Hasbro not want to do it, or make them kind of like want to dip their toes even more? Personally, I kind of hope they still do it just for the sake of competition and getting awesome action figures. That way you have multiple companies doing versions of these characters, and they're competing with each other. Like, which one are you going to get? You're going to get the SHF or the Black Series? And for some people, it's an easy choice, but people like me, I like to look at both sides of the spectrum, you know, and I can appreciate both from either stance, you know, either side of the line, you know. But these look freaking awesome, dude. Ahsoka looks rad. Anakin is just plucked right out of the Clone Wars, and Obi-Wan is epic, dude. Don't get me wrong, I love the realistic live-action interpretation that we get from the Black Series with Hasbro, but at the same time, man, I do like seeing like just direct representation of media from that 3D animated Clone Wars, man, because I grew up with that, man. 2008, I was in 8th grade. I was watching this come on Cartoon Network weekly, you know. This was cool, man, you know, and just seeing SHFiguarts tackle this, like, I know I know what they're gonna do. As soon as I go to buy these, Black Series is gonna be like coming out with the brand new animated Clone Wars subline. I'm like, fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. I love Hasbro. I'm just kidding. But I know as soon as I go, it's kind of like I was talking with a couple of my buddies. I know as soon as I go to buy that Black Series, or I'm sorry, that SHFiguarts General Grievous, which looks absolutely phenomenal. We actually got to look at that at the reveals too. They had it on display. I know as soon as I buy that SHFiguarts Grievous, Black Series is going to redo theirs. I just know that's how it's going to go, you know? And it's like, you have two Grievouses. Is that really a bad thing? No, probably not. But at the same time, man, I am really interested in these. These look absolutely stellar. Has me kind of giddy. Like, a couple of my buddies, they're a little bit younger than me, like 3 or 4 or 5 years. I'm like 30. They're like 27, 25. Those guys that I've been talking to are extremely hyped for this, you know, and I'm nostalgic for the Clone Wars too, don't get me wrong, but I still have that more attachment to the original trilogy, and they kind of give the original trilogy, I'm just kidding, they love the original trilogy, but it's just, you know, I'm just talking shit, y'all know me, just busting balls, but these look so cool. I am very interested in these, and I think there's a very good chance that I will end up picking these up and just adding them to my Figuarts collection, you know. And then I'm trying to find the image. I wish I could find it of the SHFiguarts General Grievous, man, because they had it on display and they had this pose. Oh, dude, it's sick. It looks so good. So unfortunately, I can't find that specific image of Grievous that I was looking for. It was shown at New York Comic Con in 2025 this past year, and it looked absolutely awesome, man. Tower run over Obi-Wan Kenobi. The engineering on that Grievous is going to be absolutely phenomenal. I think it's going for about 120, 130, something like that. I have a couple of buddies that have already snagged a pre-order for it, and I think I might end up needing to cave on this, man. The Black Series one the sculpt is cool. It's just not, it's underscaled, and it's not very well articulated. Like, the engineering was just not there at the time as far as action figures are concerned, but this Figuarts, man, I have no doubt this is going to be a piece of art, man, and I'm very, very excited. So without me yammering on too much and making this news any much longer than it needs to be, awesome reveals. Very stoked for that animated Clone Wars. I'm just curious to see where that goes. They just, off the bat, we got Ahsoka, Obi-Wan, and Anakin, just like that. So type down in the comments, who else would you be interested in seeing an animated Clone Wars form? Like, would you want to see some clones, any other specific Jedi, any other obscure characters like Stila or Saw Gerrera or anything like that? I'd be down for that. I think that would be really freaking cool, man. I'd have a little animated Clone Wars SHFiguarts collection, man. But with that being said, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this quick little news video. Definitely be on the lookout for all this stuff. I don't know when it goes for pre-order exactly, but just stay up to date on it. Just stay on the socials, man. You know, I'm not super into Figuarts. I'm going to try to become a little more aware of what they have going on news-wise. I want to start covering more stuff that I'm interested in, like typical news videos like this. So I hope you enjoy this format. I kind of find it fun just yapping about stuff that I'm thinking about buying or stuff that I think looks good. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit that like button. I'd greatly appreciate it. Subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see y'all next time. Thank you for watching.